What is up, everybody?
What's up?
I am J-Lag and I'm here with
N-Bea.
and this is Recap Rewind, and today we are covering off Riverdale.
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6.
Six side.
Called Faster Pussycats.
Kill.
Exclamation mark.
Yep.
So it starts off
Let's
with
get dirty.
Juggy Jug's like little autobiography in the beginning.
Yeah.
And this episode is about fear. Fear is something that you can grow up with.
How are you liking his voiceovers?
I think that it's a great way to tell a story as to why these young children are figuring out a murder mystery by themselves. Like, it makes a lot more sense than, like, it's just not as arbitrary. So I get it. It's fine.
And he's sort of like the through line through the episode.
It's kind of funny, though, because, like,
but he always starts off with a word, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's like, joy, fear,
sadness,
love.
anger.
Like, it's kind of cheesy, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he goes into it, and then it shows Jugs and Betty having breakfast at
so cute.
Betty's place.
First she was like, Mom, like Jugs is coming over for like breakfast.
Yeah.
She's like, what, Jughead?
And she's like, okay.
She's like, that boy though?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. But they were really cute.
It's cute, but then it's also like, why is Betty's mom such a biatch?
No, she's so crazy.
Explain to me why she's such a biatch?
But she legit killed me in this episode.
Because
I was dying.
She was like,
every line she had,
hello,
I was laughing.
Jughead. I was like,
I will show you the bathroom. Jughead.
Yeah.
Because she's like, who? Like, what? Your mom's crazy for naming you Jughead.
Dude, girl, you need to calm down because you're so judgmental.
I feel like her eyebrows too. Like her eyebrows are like uber accentuated.
Extremely
and like they're
judgmental.
Triangular, and so they're like on fire. She's like, you can't see her faces right now, but like, she's just like crazy.
Always excited.
She's like,
excited about the world.
I thought she went to spa weekend. What the fuck happened?
She's back now. She's back now.
No, like she should be chill.
Yeah, that's true. So Jughead asks to go to the washroom, and Betty's like, I'll take you.
He was so like quick to run to that
and
phone book, whatever.
And then the mom's like, no, you stay here. I'll take him. And then she runs to her
like her purse,
her mom's purse, and she finds like something, a notebook with like a bunch of.
So like, was that her plan the whole time to invite Jughead for breakfast so that her mom could take him to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Like, was that the plan?
I know. I was like,
you couldn't
so
you
I'm
couldn't just woken up early and went to your mom's purse.
That's so true. I didn't
like,
even think of that.
Invite Juggy over.
Yeah, to like distract her. Okay, cool. So anyway, they take pictures of this thing. So like super quick time. Cuts to Archie getting stage fright about auditioning for the variety show, which is like the kind of like high school situation this week on this episode. Yeah. And so basically he like looks out to the stage and he tries to sing and he like freezes and he runs off stage and all the football players who are randomly watching these
why
people.
Why are they even there?
Like, what are you guys doing?
Like, the football players wouldn't be in that theater room.
It's so true.
Go and like do something else.
Exactly.
Go like run laps.
So they kind of like tease him and then he like dips because he sees them with like a wolf head on. Like, is this like some Teen Wolf situation?
While what's his called? Well, Juggy was going through like his like voiceover.
Yeah.
He's like fear, and then Archie like opens his toy chest and like he sees the mask.
Costume. So I'm like, he's scared of
he's
scared of werewolves with Letterman jackets or something.
Maybe his like mom like scared him, like terrified him for life.
It's all his mom.
But I love that scene because like you see Veronica sitting in the front, and I think Val's like there too.
Yeah.
And so like there's already this dynamic of like. They're both rooting for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's kind of awkward because, like, I guess they both like him at this point.
How much attention this like guy gets, like girl wise, like it kills me.
So in that moment, they're both like, "Oh, like Archie, like, he couldn't do it."
And then he asks Val,
and she was like,
and she's like, "I can't because I'm a part of the Pussycat dolls.
I can't leave." And he's like, "True."
Then it cuts to Betty and Jughead looking up the address book. This like random number that they found in her address book, and it's for a home for troubled children. It's called the Sisters of Quiet Mercy. So it's basically a place that you send people who like are fucked up, and so they figure that Polly's there.
Like, why do they have to be so weird looking? Like, it was like AHS, like it was like asylum. Like, why does it always have to be like that?
Yeah.
Like, even the website looked creepy when he, like, pulled it up.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you're, like, going to a place with, like, Covenant, like, it's going to be, like, kind of like that.
So after they see the website, Archie's outside. He's in the park or whatever. And then Veronica comes out of nowhere and she's like, I can help you. She's like, I'll help you, whatever.
But also he's like, I didn't get like the audition because like he didn't audition properly. But because Kevin's like the leader, she's like, he already heard you sing, like you should be fine. Yeah. She says, Veronica asked him to be the J to her Bay.
And he's like, oh, what does that mean? I don't listen to Beyonce.
Yeah.
But it was cute. It was a cute line. He's like, yes.
So she's like,
Archie smiles like super cute though.
Yeah.
When he smiles like that boyish grin.
I definitely understand why they like cast him because he's very charming.
Yeah. And he doesn't even know it.
So then it cuts to the Pussycats having their rehearsals and they start getting.
First of all, I feel like everyone was PMSing this week. This week was like the blood moon. Like this week, everyone was on their periods. Like everyone was like so angry. Josie was going off on everyone.
She lost it. We find out why later.
Yeah, we find out why. But it was just funny. And like even Val too was like kind of like
she freaks out.
Like, she
sasses out too. So then Val quits. So Val's like, you know what? I can't take this shit from you. I'm leaving.
Well, also because like she sort of has a side eye for Archie, right? She knows that Archie like needs her. Okay, but
she's starting to feel like a little bit of musical freedom.
Back to that like lunch scene. When Veronica said that she'll be with Archie, I was looking at Val the whole time and like Val didn't make no face. Like,
right.
I almost felt like that was missing. That connection.
You know
I know because it could be cheesy. It could come off as like really like soap opera-y.
I definitely like how they're portraying Val right now because I think like even though you know that she's like a relatively a love interest obviously of Archie, she's not like the typical like doe-eyed like just like staring off at him and like looking. She's very like she seems like a very
leave her like girls for him. So
yeah, I guess that's a fair point. I do kind of like that she's kind of like.
No, I do. I love all the characters, and I feel like they do an amazing job with all of them. Because right when I think they're gonna do that cheesy like side eye look, they don't do it.
Yeah.
And part of me likes it, but I'm like, was she cheesed in that moment?
Yeah. Because
right after she was like, she quit the group because she's like, I'll be with Archie. You know? Exactly. So obviously she was feeling some type of way.
That's true. You know? She definitely was feeling some type of way the entire time. And then it cuts to Andrew's construction and Hermione's like on site crunching those numbers on that calculator.
She's like on the table in his office.
And
she's like, Fred, you don't have any money. He's like, okay, but I'm gonna keep paying my staff. She's like, no, but you don't have money. Like, do you understand what that means? She's like you have no money left.
There's nothing there.
She's like, your business. He's like, yeah, but can we do something? So.
Clearly being like having girl problems like runs in the family because this man like still comes after her and he's like, can you please come in and help me pitch this idea to the mayor? And she like, it's such an awkward moment. She like
so awkward.
She like touches his chest.
She goes in and then she like leaves it. She's like, is that cool? He's like, that's cool.
And then he like looks down and she looks down and then
by the way, we're totally touching
we're touching hands right now. And then it cuts to like Veronica like rolling up.
This was super cheese.
Walking up and all you see is like them in like the perfect window shot and they're like making out. Like it's just like a
how
moment.
Did like it get from like that? And also stay away from freaking windows, people. Okay?
I know if you guys are gonna like be that way, like close that shit down.
Because even Archie with the freaking Grundy.
Yeah.
Remember he was like macking out on her and like bro,
in the middle
the door's right there. Like go to the corner of the room. Like, Jesus.
These guys don't get it.
Like, nobody,
like, come on.
Can't.
And honestly, like, Mama Veronica, the first day on the job, like
honestly, girl, like
take it down a few notches.
And, like, she was so cute. She's, like, bringing her mom flowers. Like,
yeah. She's, like, honestly, I would be, like, so uber cheese if I was Veronica. I'd be like, girl, you couldn't even keep it together, like, for fucking 2 weeks.
Her line for everything is, like, Mom, like, what are you doing? Like,
I feel like that's every child in this story.
It's
everybody like, parents, why are you being this way? So speaking of family relationships,
this is my favorite scene.
Archie and his dad have like a heart-to-heart moment. And then he's like, so I'm gonna ask Hermione out for this like bit or whatever, and we're gonna come see you at the concert together. And he's like, do you think that's okay? And then Archie's like, I fully support you.
He's like, get it in, Dad.
He's like, you're happy, Mom's happy, I'm happy, like we're all happy. And I was like, okay, so whatever. He's like, go be happy. And he's like, yay. And then the mayor and Josie talk to each other.
The mayor and Josie.
And Josie basically like tells her like, oh yeah, Val like to the left, like dipped. And then she's like, she's replaceable though. Like, don't worry about it. And she says, make sure you replace her with like another Michelle. No, she basically says like
essentially Beyonce and her mom.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
she's
it's
like,
so true.
Right?
And then the dad is crazy too.
Yeah. So then she's like, don't forget her brand.
Yeah.
She's like, it's got to be a woman of color. And she's like,
again,
also make sure that she's like not going to steal your spotlight. Get a Michelle, basically. True. I'm not joking.
Yeah. That scene was that was our first scene kind of with seeing the mom in action with Josie, and I was like, damn, like she's pushing Josie.
It's like, cool that they're bringing another family dynamic into this mix because like it's too white right now.
And we know the mayor is kind of shady because like she's doing that back end like contract, so we know she's kind of shady. So we'll see what happens.
And then V confronts her mom.
Oh my god,
shit hits the fan. Just as a side note, real quick, you know what I booked this week?
What?
She's got kind of like some Eva Longoria realness going on, the mom.
She does. Just oh my god, she totally looks like her.
Are they like sisters?
You know what's funny? Every time she's on the camera, I'm like, is that? Oh yeah, no, it's not her. Yeah. Like I get them confused.
It's like the B-list version.
They look yeah.
No shade. At one point in time, Hermione's like, I know this can be confusing to you. And I'm like, no shit, it's confusing. Like, she's like, dude, your husband's in jail and you're macking out on like a guy that I like, dad.
Confusing.
It's a little confusing. I
guess. I guess.
Like, what about that situation is okay?
Why doesn't the mom just say, like, I am no longer with your father? Like, we're not together.
But that's not the situation.
I guess that's not what she's saying, yeah.
Slash, like, she's also, like, trying to help out that business and, like, whatever.
That's true.
So, yeah. So she gets, like, annoyed and frustrated with it. And so then it cuts to Archie.
Okay, this was my favorite scene.
This is the favorite
This
scene.
was my favorite scene of the episode.
It cuts to Archie playing guitar in the freaking like rec room. I wanted to whack him in the head so hard. He's playing guitar with Val and they're like harmonizing.
They're like so cute together.
And Veronica obviously walks in for practice. Wait,
what?
Like she's got like her like, you know, probably like her notes printed out. She's like ready to sing with him and then he's like, oh.
Oh yeah, so I don't need you anymore. Essentially, is what he's like. I don't need you anymore. He's like, Val's like, she left the group.
She's like,
so
she's like, yeah. He's like, great news. He even like thought it was a good idea.
An idiot.
He was like, great news.
Like you could have texted the girl.
Pussycat. I know, seriously.
You could have done anything. Like, sorry, anything. I can't. Like, don't come.
And she
lost it, which was amazing.
Him. She rips him. She's like, are you fucking serious? She's like, you ginger Judas.
Yeah.
And then she's like, as a PS, your dad fully kissed my mom. So like, what the hell is happening? I also hate you right now.
Like she was cheesed about the dad thing too. That's why she took it on Archie.
On
kind of,
top
but like,
of the fact
but
that
still,
like,
that was so rude of Archie.
Tight.
I was like,
on,
that's
man.
so tight.
He's like, I thought you were just doing it as like a favor to me. And she's like, it doesn't fucking matter, dude.
It doesn't matter. Like that's so tight.
Why you gotta be like that?
No, I was so pissed. I was like, yo. Piece this guy out.
That's
this
so
guy's
tight.
done. This guy's done. He's not even a friend. That's
Veronica,
not even forget
don't go back to him.
Yeah.
He's such a jerk.
He's like, isn't it great? Like, shut up. Like, everything's great to you.
Isn't it great?
Isn't it swell?
And then Veronica, like, has full-time revenge now.
Yeah.
Because now...
she goes, yeah.
Because now the Pussycat dolls... Or not the Pussycat dolls. Now the Pussycats are looking for a new Pussycat, obviously, to replace them before the variety show. And so she, like, strolls right in, and she's like... Y'all stop looking. I got something to say, and they're like, yes. Like the girls are coming through,
yes.
And then there's a slow like cut to like the slow motion shot of them walking down the hallway, and they're like all linked in arms, and it's like the new Pussycat dolls, yes, Ariana Grande. Like it's like the same.
Walking down the hallway, and everyone's like looking and like being like, what? Archie's like, what?
Yeah. And they're all
shut
like,
up, Archie. Shut up.
Shut up and sit down and go home. You fucking loser.
Such a loser.
Cut to, and then it cuts to the two people that are actually getting shit done in this world.
This whole episode was this. This whole episode was like, can I play my song? I'm gonna go dance. And like Betty and like Juggy are like, yo, someone just like died. There's a car missing. Like we're
looking for my crazy sister. Like
total opposite. like so intense.
I'm glad that they put it into the scene, but it like was so disjointed.
Yeah, it was
like,
so...
did you guys like go right after
music,
school? Like, what
all
happened?
the music they were playing was like fading into Betty's scene, and I was like, "Okay, guys, no, this is not happening. Like, we get it, it's happening at the same time, but like,
it's
Betty's on another level right now.
Like,
she's putting in work.
She's like discovering things about her life.
Her ponytail was like tight. This week it was like she was doing it. Yeah, she was like, "Wait, Juggy, wait, you gotta make it more tight."
So then they go to they find the place. They take the bus to the
freaking haunted
Mercy
asylum.
Whatever, like the quiet
AHS
home.
asylum.
Yeah, and they try to visit Polly, and
okay, but can we just say quickly how easy it was for her to get in?
So easy.
I was like, girl, you could have done this like 4 months ago. They were like, "Who are you?" She's like, "I'm the sister." Cool. What's your license? Give me your license.
Yeah,
she walked
she's like,
in.
just sign right in. Also, I can't believe it's like so next level to like look for or like to see her in the first
What do you
place,
mean?
to see Polly in the first place.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't Betty just do that?
Like in general, I just think
like
that
your sister just left life. Like go
how did
see
you
her.
not? How did it take you like 3 or 4 months to like find her?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So. It was actually pretty cool. So she finds her in like the garden.
Yeah.
She turns around. She's like, "You found us!" And then she like looks down. She's like, "You're pregnant."
Yeah.
So
she's like, "My baby."
She's like, "My baby."
Yeah, book that.
So you fully booked it. She's pregnant with Jon Snow.
I feel like everyone kind of Jon Snow.
Because it's a full, a full out Ray Garliana
right.
like storyline right now. Like it's ridiculous how exact it is.
Yeah, I booked it, but I feel like kind of the talk was that she might be pregnant.
Yeah.
So she is pregnant, but my timelines, I'm still confused about the timelines. I thought this happened like last year.
Yeah.
But it's only been like 3 months since she disappeared in, I guess, July.
July and then like September.
True.
So like we're going through the school year right
sense.
now. Yeah. So it's kind of weird, in terms of timeline, but whatever.
What were your first thoughts on Polly?
She's cool. She cool.
Did she seem cuckoo to you at all?
No.
No?
No.
Not at all.
I don't think so. So I was like, I believe her. She's like really stressed out. She didn't know that Jason died.
She didn't know that Jason died.
Bomb drop. I was like,
I don't know who to believe, man, because in the beginning she was so normal, and then towards the end she started to crack. And she looked a little bit psycho to me.
I mean, if you're stuck in a freaking asylum with a pregnant child and you find out that your boyfriend died, and like, you also find out that like
why would the dad lie about that? They didn't really tell her that he's dead. Like, why even say that then? Just say that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, just say she doesn't know, and then Betty wouldn't like.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, this whole situation is like really, really fucked up to begin with. Like the fact that like she's in the home and they're lying to Betty and they're lying to Polly. And like, they like fed her all these lies too. They like forced Jason to break up with Polly before he went in. And it turns out like July 4th that there was this whole like story that they wanted to do. They wanted to like run away together, and that's why he was running away. So that whole thing
with her being pregnant makes sense because it makes the whole story sort of like they're rushed. They have to get out of there quickly before the baby comes or whatever. So that all makes sense. And Polly was like, there's a car stashed away.
Yeah.
Our getaway car.
And so, and then the woman, like the nun lady, she was like, "You come with me right now."
Because Polly freaked out. Polly was like glitching out.
I don't think it was just that. I think she was just like,
true.
Someone just booked you.
Because she started crying. She's like, "What? Jason's dead. Whatever."
She freaks out. And she's like, "I need to go there. I need to go find him." And then she's like, "No, he's dead though." Did you notice once again the maple syrup like little note in there? She was like, "Okay, we were gonna do this, and I'm gonna like find him, and then we're gonna pass the maple syrup sign." I was like, they always have to do that. They always have to like throw that shit in there. Yeah. Anyway, so then it cuts to Veronica on the phone during rehearsals. Girl, get off your fucking phone. You're supposed to be putting in work. But it didn't make sense because she was like, "I have daddy issues," but like, who are you texting? Real talk, your dad's in jail. Like, what are you tweeting about it? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like, girl, why are you tripping out? You're in rehearsal. You're the one that signed up for this. Why are you freaking out during rehearsal right now?
Yeah, it was funny.
It was ridiculous. So anyway,
see, everyone's PMSing. I'm telling you, everyone was PMSing.
Losing it today. So yeah, it was just like a funny thing to see. She was like, "Okay, girl, calm down. We can get through this." Yeah.
I got this.
And then it cuts to obviously like the new power couple, Archie and Val, and they're like harmonizing together.
Yeah.
And then like Val like stresses out for a second, and then she like starts getting sad. She's like, when I was with the Pussycat dolls, it was really, really nice, and I really miss them. And he's like, but you're with me.
She's like, they gave me my voice.
Yeah,
it was like, oh God. He's like, I can't do that for you.
I can't do that for you, no, sorry. But anyway, they just continue practicing. And then Betty gets picked up by her mom, Envy, from the freaking mental institute.
Freaking Alice. This woman is, oh my God. She cracks me up. I was dying of laughter.
I can't understand how.
She's like, we're going home, Betty.
She's like, how much work? Like, honestly, her parents are literally insane.
Yeah. Because Betty was like, how did you know I was here?
And then she's like, I pay them a lot of money to tell me who signs in. I'm like,
she bribes everyone.
But if you pay them a lot of money to let them know who signs in, why wouldn't you just tell them to
not to let them in?
Not let you in. Like, I'm pretty sure you could do that too. Like, you're already going you're already going that far.
Well, it was funny because when she first walked up to the nurse, I was like, she's blacklisted for sure.
Yeah.
Like the nurse is not gonna let Polly in. But
and I also thought that Betty was gonna like try to come in with like a fake ID.
True. Like, yeah, it was so easy. That's what I mean.
Literally, like, if you really think about it, like, if your parents do not want you here, they don't want you to find it. Why did you not think that, like putting on a wig and you got a wig, girl. We know you got a wig from first episode.
Yeah, so, she could have been Sasha Fierce.
She totally could have played this differently. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
So she obviously didn't take any notes from the Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Because they would have done that. And then it cuts to Josie throwing Archie some shade at dinner time.
Oh my God, why are the dinner parties so
awkward? The dinners
awkward?
are always awful.
Ugh.
So it cuts to like them like just talking, and then you meet Josie's dad.
Such a D-bag.
Such a douche. It comes out that Val like left the Pussycat dolls, and he's like, oh, that's a shame. Why weren't you gonna tell me that? And then she was like, well, like it just happened literally. And he's like, that's a shame because Val like brought integrity to the group. So it's like major shade.
He's like, yeah.
To his own daughter.
Yeah,
like so rude.
And she's trying so hard, to be perfect for him. And
then he said,
daddy issues,
And it was so, like, the one moment that I thought was funny was he was like, why didn't you tell me about that, Josephine? And then Archie's like,
your name's Josephine? like, no, you could have figured that out. Like her name
Archie's short for Archibald. Like, it's not that hard to, like,
idiot.
get there, buddy.
He's so extra.
And I wanted her to, like, call him out, but instead she called him Yoko Ono, which is fine, too.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then it cuts to Betty asking about her dad stealing all the fucking files.
And he's like, what are you accusing me of,
Betty? He's like, what are you saying?
Did you kill him? And then the mom's like, ah! She's like, you think your dad can do that?
Yeah, she's like, he didn't do it. She's
shit.
Like, I wish he did because he was a fucking piece of shit.
So mean.
I can't believe she said that.
So mean.
I can't believe she said that. So, the mom starts laughing and then she's like, you're starting to sound crazy like Polly. And they're like, she's like,
stop saying that.
She's like, she's not crazy. And he's like, yeah, she's crazy. Did you actually believe what she was saying? So now we're thrown into like the whole situation, which you just said like earlier. Like, was Polly telling the truth the entire time? Was she actually crazy?
I mean, look.
She's got a baby.
Exactly.
She's still got a baby. Like, it's a real thing in her stomach.
That makes sense. I do feel like they were definitely in love. Like,
unless it's like a pillow. Can you imagine? She's fucking insane. There's no baby. And then it cuts back to the dinner party.
Yeah.
And Fred is like presenting his bid for the
scene
was
kind of like extra.
And then she was like, you did a great job. I would totally give it to you.
But I can't.
Yeah, so why did you invite him over for dinner?
And like make him present and everything and show that on the episode. We're wasting minutes here, people.
Why are you doing this? So then he's like, womp womp. But then you hear that Hermione's like, oh, you need 2 signatures. Got it. Maybe I can like secretly do that because we already know that her husband, owns
Hermione owns the thing.
Lodge Industries owns that property. So then it cuts to Veronica and Josie like randomly at Pop's diner, talking about like life and stuff. I don't even know how that happened because like they were at dinner like 2 seconds before.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
They were just like, let's go for dinner. Let's go for like another.
Oh yeah, let's go for like a milkshake.
Let's go for a milkshake. And
they're just like chatting about like dad issues.
Yeah.
And, like, life.
And then she's like, your mom basically wants to like do stuff with Fred. Just like let her be. She's like, you don't know the entire story. Like, just like let her be. It's like there's actually not like a full story behind this. Like basically your parents are being adulterous. Like that's the reality. Cuts to Veronica and her mom, and then she's like, hey girl, good morning, how you doing? And then Veronica's like about to apologize because after the talk with Josie, she's like, true.
She's ready to be like, I love you, Mom.
Yeah, she's like, maybe I'm being a little irrational. I don't know the whole story or whatever. And then she's like, so I need your signature because I'm gonna give Fred the bid.
Fred needs the signature.
And then she's like, if I give you the signature, are you gonna stop seeing this motherfucker?
She was like, no.
She's like, I can't promise.
I can't stop.
She's like, I can't promise that to you. Like, it might not happen. I might have to like do this.
And
we'll never know.
Like, wow, I was gonna apologize to you.
She's like, I'm not gonna apologize, and I'm not signing that damn paper. Yeah. So then she's like, well, she's like, well, I'm gonna forge a signature.
So when Veronica like dips, the mom's like, oh yeah, well I know your signature, biatch. She's like, sign.
So what was the purpose of you asking?
Yeah, like maybe you shouldn't even. Well, I guess she wants.
This whole episode is filled with things that are like, I'm gonna do it as a courtesy, and then like you guys gonna just go do it anyway.
I mean, I guess she wanted to do the right thing. She wanted to like go the right way of doing it.
Yeah, but you still.
But when Veronica said you can't get the D no more, the mom was like, oh yeah, bitch, ain't nobody tell me to do that. So I'm forging your signature. How about that?
How about that? Let's be outside with Fred. How about that?
Okay, and then it cuts to?
It cuts to, not Veronica, V and Val. V as in Val, and Archie.
Yeah. He's like, I know how much the Pussycats mean to you. And he's like, I know it's going to be hard for me to like sing by myself, but he's like, I think you should go back. Like, and then she's that was like your, like, they were like your home girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, okay.
Then he's like, I was born alone. I'm gonna die alone.
Such a weird.
I can sing alone.
What did he say? He's like, I don't want to break up the Beatles.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
you could have said like Destiny's Child. You didn't have to say the Beatles.
Yeah, there were too many like Beatle references, like Beatles, Yoko Ono. Like, okay, we get it, guys.
It happened a long time ago. It's past our generation. Let's move on.
Yeah, it definitely should have been more current.
Oh my God, then this moment.
Jugs like totally.
So Jugs like
like Dawson's Creek's Betty.
He totally Dawson's Creeked her.
Yeah,
so cute.
Yeah, what he says. What did he call it? He's like
coming through.
He's like Romeo and Julieting you, and I was like, no, you're like fully Dawson's Creeking this shit.
So he comes in.
Yeah, so then he comes in, and then he's like...
And she's like, yo, she's like turned up as always. She's like,
yeah, she's like, my parents are crazy. And he's like...
What if I'm crazy? And he's like, also.
And then he's like, he got like super meta.
He literally said also.
He's like, parents, they're crazy. And then he's like...
Also.
We're crazy. We're all crazy. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was like, first of all... Parents, they're crazy is like the understatement of the year. Yeah. Like literally this whole fucking TV show is based on like crazy ass parents. And yeah, he just got like super, but then he's like, we're crazy. We're all crazy. Your parents are crazy, but we're not our parents. So Jughead, like, what's the truth right now? Like, what are you saying right now that's like making
I think he was like nervous because like he was about to do something.
And then he goes in for it. He's
like, also... And then he kissed her.
Yeah,
and
he kisses her. And then in between,
were you expecting it though?
I kind of like wanted that to happen. I shipped them.
Not in that moment. Like in that moment, I kind of felt it, but even before,
definitely,
I was like,
they're like dynamic duo.
I guess.
It's like
I guess
really
so.
cute.
They were,
so then like seeing it, I was like, oh, that's cute.
I wish they showed a bit more of him like
being a little
looking
bit more
at her longer.
Sure,
yeah, just a little bit more because I kind of felt like there was no prior to the kiss.
Right.
Like, you know, holding,
I do think it's more like, it is like only natural for him to get there eventually, but yeah, I get it. Like, it's not
what I mean? Like, there was no like long looks when he was like looking at her, like.
But also, like, we don't know how invested Betty's into this situation because she, mid-kiss, is like, car! She's like,
the car. He's like, damn,
Like you're thinking about the car while you're making out with me, like, in the middle of the kiss, like, not even after the kiss. So then they're like, okay, let's go wait for the car.
But I still think that was super cute.
It was cute, but I definitely don't know.
And I can't wait till like Archie like finds out.
Well, yeah, that'll be interesting.
So they find the car.
So that happens like after.
Okay.
But before that, Josie is using CoverGirl So Lashy.
Oh my God, I knew you were gonna book this because they zoomed in on it. Like, I'm like, why are they zooming in on the mascara?
Like real.
I'm like, you're gonna book it for sure.
Like, advertisement placement. Yeah. Okay, cool, guys.
It was like lashy.
Lashy.
Like, okay.
All right. So product placement even in our podcast, goddammit.
We just did it. We double did it.
And then so Val goes to talk to Josie because they're about to go on stage for the variety show, and she's like, I want to join the Pussycats, but I don't want to be Michelle anymore. I want to be Kelly.
She's like, can I upgrade to Kelly? The drummer girl can be Michelle.
So she's like, I want some extra singing parts, and then she's like, okay, fine.
She's like, only on the bridge.
She's like, okay, fine, you can be Kelly. And then that's it.
She's like, here are your ears. She's like,
here are your ears back, and they like hug each other, like hug it out, whatever. Then it cuts to B and J finding the car.
Yeah.
And then they find that there's like evidence in the car.
First of all, why was Jason's perfectly like thing jacket in the car?
Yeah, I don't know. I've
like, wouldn't that be on? Wouldn't
my assumption? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he like packed a bag before he went into the white outfit.
Beforehand. That's true.
You know,
that's true. But also, like, the thing that I didn't understand was like, how did they pop that trunk?
Which trunk?
Did they have keys?
I guess they opened the door, or was it the trunk?
Yeah, it was a trunk. They like opened the back and they were like,
yeah, maybe it was already open.
There? And then they found drugs.
Well, Betty knows how to break into cars, so maybe she did that.
Right, you're absolutely right. Yeah, definitely. They're like, don't want to explain it again. I can break into cars. Yeah. That's her magical power. So then you find out that like there's drugs in the car, so they start taking pictures and like
she's like, did you see like a fake like weed brick? She's like, what is it? He's like, it's weed. He's like, it's drugs. She's like, oh. She's like, don't touch it, it's evidence.
Yeah, now your fingerprints are all over.
They're so cute together. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're really cute together. And then they're taking pictures and like, we gotta get the sheriff to like see this. Why did you leave the evidence there? I don't understand. And then you see like
they could have taken the drugs.
Yeah.
Like not to smoke, just like to like not make
maybe take a little bit after, but whatever. And then you see a shot of like someone watching them from like afar.
Yeah. And who did you think it was?
I don't fucking know.
Like
all I know is like, okay, this car's obviously not going to be here the next time like, we see it. I've seen enough of these shows to know what's going to happen next.
Though, eh? Like good for him that he took pictures.
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, honestly, thank goodness for drugs too. Then you find out that Miles is like an even major douche because Miles is the dad of Josie. Because while she's performing, he fully walks out on her.
First of all, why do you have to physically get up and walk out? Like couldn't you just wait till the song is done? There was like 2 seconds left.
Literally a piece of shit dad. Like I don't even know how else to like bring it down.
But why do you gotta get up and leave?
He got
like, were you that pissed?
She was like about to fucking cry. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it was.
You can't be that upset about anyway.
Yeah,
it really like
that's like the point, right?
It hurt me.
So dramatic.
Like I felt really upset about it.
Yeah, you got some memories over there going on.
Some issues going on, personal issues. And so then V talks to Archie, and she was like,
which V?
Oh, true. By the way, before I get into that, they both kill it. Both V's kill it, and the Pussycats. Like they do a great performance, and they got off stage. And before Archie gets on stage, Veronica,
which was super big of her. I was like, because at first I was like, oh, she's still pissed at him. She's gonna like dip, and then she came back, and I was like, okay.
I think it's mostly just because like she pretty much likes this guy. Like I think it's like a real.
Yeah,
thing.
but also like he was so fucking rude to you.
It's true, but like she's like trying to see like the good in him. Slash, you said it yourself. He's pretty fucking charming. So whatever. So you can obviously tell that he's like freaking out, and she's like, "Don't worry,
you got this."
She's like, "You got it." She's like, "Focus on something or someone that makes you feel like happy and calm, and safe." And it's really nice. And then he plays the guitar, and then he's like really really nice. It's really really nice or whatever. And then like through the speakers, like you can hear him like coming through. And then Betty and Jugs like run to this sheriff who apparently is also at the school, like in the hallways, like doing God knows what.
Where was Cheryl this whole episode?
She dipped from life. I guess like she wasn't like a part of the storyline right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she like took the
like she didn't go to boarding school, right?
Oh, maybe she. Who knows?
Did the mom ship her off?
Like literally, she's gone.
Oh my god.
Who knows? Maybe that's.
Sorry, I just like interrupted, but yeah, I just realized like she wasn't there because I'm like she totally would be like on stage
at some point in time. Yeah, that's very true.
And no one asked about it too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, they just like completely cut her out of like the situation. So anyway, they find the sheriff at the school, and obviously the car's not gonna be there. Like I already knew this, guys. And they're like, we need to go back to the car, and it's like in the woods. There's drugs there, and there's like Jason's jacket. Like they showed the pictures and stuff.
And then like as like Betty's like about to dip,
she hears like Archie playing,
which I didn't understand for the first second.
Phones.
I was like, why is she looking at the speaker? I'm like, oh, she can hear Archie playing.
Or she's crazy. Like either one. Either way. So yeah, she hears it and then she's like, I got no time for your shit. So Jug runs up. That.
Like Juggy's helping her freaking solve this mystery.
Yeah, and it's good that she like done that because like I feel like Betty needs to like.
I feel like for now, like that's
character.
Done. Yeah, for sure.
And then Archie gets off stage, and then the show is over, and everybody's kind of like converging in the hallways and talking to each other. And then
Val was so happy for Archie.
Yeah, she was super
when she was
happy.
Watching him on stage, she was like, that's my man.
She's like, that white chocolate. And then she like gives him a hug.
Yeah,
and then he like looks
at
her
and he's like, they like really kiss because like Betty and Juggy was like a pack almost, but like a long pack. But like Archie and Val was like
like into it to win it. Like you're gonna get some later.
They're so cute though.
Yeah, super cute. And then I was worried that like it was gonna be a Veronica situation again.
I know.
But then I was like, no, she got some other shit going on. So then she like looks down the hallway and she sees her dad, or not her dad, her new dad, Fred, Archie's dad, and her mom like down the hallway talking.
At the school,
randomly. And then she like obviously goes toward them and she's like, hey guys, what the fuck are you guys doing? How come you didn't congratulate me for being amazing on stage?
Yeah.
And so then she's like, what's going on? And then Fred's like, great news. I just got the bid. Just as a side note, I'm not going bankrupt. I'm so happy. So the entire time Veronica's looking at her mom being like,
she knows.
You forged my motherfucking signature.
Oh my God.
I hate you. She's really, really pissed right now. And then she's like, I'm so happy for you. It looks like you won. And then she's looking at her mom, and her mom's like, sorry.
Like, I did win.
She's like, I just won.
I will win every time because I'm your mother.
Evil Longoria, you win. And so then, all in the meantime, the last thing that we're left with is Betty and Jugs running through this hallway, which I don't understand. How did they get
back into the freaking asylum?
If they weren't banned the second time around, I'm sorry, something's wrong with this.
And like they're wet and they look like they're cold and it's like go home. Like what are you running through hallways for?
So they need to get to her like right away. They go to her room and jailbreak. She popped out the window.
Yeah, she broke through that freaking
with
that
the
whole
baby.
Oh my God, so true.
Who the hell she thinks she is? Beyonce?
Maybe Cheryl helped her. I don't know.
Who knows? Why? No.
That's her nephew.
Yeah, she hates her.
Oh, you don't know? I don't know. Who the hell helped her? I don't know. Doesn't Polly have friends? I don't know. Polly's a really big mystery at this point.
Okay, so now that we're at the end of the episode, we can talk about everything. So what do you think about Polly? What are your thoughts about this whole situation?
I like her character. I feel like I'm excited for her to be back into the show once she's like done with all this drama. Can you imagine
she's like just back at school the next episode?
Yeah.
She's like, hey guys. She's pregnant.
With her baby. But I don't know. I think she's so crazy. I really do feel like, not that she's crazy, I just feel like this whole situation, like, kind of like...
Yeah.
She's unstable.
I definitely think that this whole situation is insane.
And that's fair. Like, dude, like, she went through a lot.
Her parents are insane.
Yeah,
the parents are insane. The entire situation's crazy.
Yeah.
So I get it, but...
Do you feel like... I don't know. I guess Jason is dead. He's dead.
Jason's dead.
You think he's 100% dead? There could be no other like doppelganger. Like he's
dead. It'll be very frustrating if they take that route. So I hope that that's not the case.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is or isn't because this is once again a teen television show, so it's definitely possible. But I don't want that to be the situation because I want it to be like. Final, this is the murder that like kind of incited everything, and this is how like the characters are reacting to everything.
What do you think about? Okay, so what's for you right now? This is episode 6.
Yeah.
What's missing for you? Is anything missing?
I don't think so. I think I'm still intrigued to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I want to know who these mystery people who are like, oh, so the car. I did say that the car was like missing.
Oh yeah, it was on fire.
It was on fire.
Yeah.
It was like burnt. I'll cut that in.
So somebody torched it.
Yeah. And then, so I want to know who is doing all that. Who's covering up the evidence? Who's doing all this kind of stuff? The thing that kind of really frustrated me was like, did no one know? So I feel like someone is following Jugs and
I was just
Betty
thinking that.
Because
my instinct was Polly Polly burned the car. But then I'm like, no, I don't think she would.
Sense.
Yeah, but you're right. I think someone's following them.
Someone's following them because they obviously, if they knew about the car beforehand, then they would have burned it a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure. Someone's for sure following them.
It.
Do you think it's Cheryl?
Maybe.
If she didn't get like boarded off to boarding school,
then it makes sense because she wasn't there the entire episode and they don't like explain it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a possibility. Obviously, we still like booked Kevin from the beginning, being a part of the situation.
But wasn't he at the talent show?
He was the host. You're right, but we also don't know if this is going to be a proxy situation where it's like.
Well, I think it is. I think
style.
for sure it is. Yeah. So, I don't think it can be one person.
Yeah. So I don't know, and I don't know why everybody's covering it up, and I really hope that it was just gonna turn out to be Betty's mom. Because at this point in time,
I don't think it is.
At this point in time, I honestly wish that it was her because she's an absolute psychopath.
I wonder if at this point there's a third party. Like if Polly was also dating or like liked another guy, then he got jealous and then like killed. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it might be someone that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like they might do that.
Archie's mom.
Oh my god.
Well, she's still not introduced, so I feel like any character that hasn't been introduced just yet still is under like in some play.
What if? I don't know if this makes sense. Maybe I asked this last time. What if whoever killed Jason thought it was Archie instead?
You never asked that. That's a great theory.
Yeah. Like, what if it was never supposed to be Jason who got shot?
My bad.
It was supposed to be Archie.
Ooh, I like that. You know? That's actually, and it's definitely possible. I definitely see that as a possibility.
But like realistically, who would want to kill Archie? But who knows, right?
I mean,
we don't know. Maybe with Grundy, someone saw him with Grundy, and like Grundy's like X-Man or something. Like,
this
who knows,
heartbreaker,
right?
He's definitely got some people who want to kill him. I'm sure.
Yeah.
That would be a very interesting thing. And I mean, you were right about the pregnant baby, so
yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
I'm secretly working on Riverdale.
Yeah.
On the back end.
N-Bea's got the scoop.
I kind of want this. I want like a little break from this like murder, like mystery turned upness. Like
I feel like that I knew that you were gonna say
one
that.
episode to just be kind of like everyone's just like chilling and like the relationships between them all grow a bit more.
Sure.
Whereas like this.
But I mean, this can't be like the Breakfast Club all the time.
I know.
You know? Like it's like
I know.
You are
but
getting.
I love those scenes, so I wish there was more of them.
Sure, but you are getting a lot of it with like everybody, and then like you do need like the two characters to kind of propel like the major underlying story.
Yeah.
So that's why we got the Jugs and the Bettys like killing it in terms of like getting shit done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I always relate this back to like the OC. So I try to see like what episodes the OC kind of had, and how they threw their characters into different like elements.
Okay.
And I always loved when like the characters would go away somewhere, like a trip, right? Okay. And then that like kind of creates like a whole new kind of dynamic.
Situation.
So just like, but I feel like we're still episode 6. We're still pretty early, like, so you never know what could happen.
It's funny that you mentioned the OC because I definitely feel like those characters felt a lot more mature. These characters seem like very young and like immature and like they're still trying to figure out their life. But they were all the
same. They were technically the same grade. So
right. No, yeah, that's what but
yeah, they did seem older because they looked older.
Yeah.
Because Marissa was like 30. Yeah. And Ryan was like 28. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, that's how I just sort of
like these like poor kids are just like this girl's got a ponytail in her hair like the entire time. Like poor Betty. Like she's definitely like innocent as possible. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of this episode.
It was good. It was a really good episode.
Great episode. Lots of fun to watch as usual. If you have something to say, please comment on our stuff. We would love to hear your side of the conversation.
So we're on YouTube. This episode's going to be on YouTube, and it's going to we
on podcast. So wherever you guys found us,
Store.
Subscribe to both of them because we do it that way. And tweet us. We have a Twitter at recap_rewind. And that's it. See you guys next week. This is honestly the best part of my week. I'm not
Friday
joking.
mornings.
I love Friday
morning podcast.
These are my favorite times.
Okay.
So bye.
Bye.